In Vietnam, 10 million people, that's 1 Vietnamese in 10, still lives in abject poverty. 15 years ago, Bernard Kevin settled there with one aim: to help villagers attain an acceptable standard of living.
4 con, rồi, nhiều quá.
To implement his project, Bernard Kevin established Mekong Plus, an NGO active in over 500 villages in southern Vietnam, which now employs over 200 local people.
The average Vietnamese today has 1/10 of the purchasing power of an average European. We try to be present in regions where the average income is 2 times lower than the national average. In these regions, we try to work with the poorest, who are living on roughly 20 or 30 euro cents a day.
Here, everything is interconnected: employment, livestock, agriculture, health and education. So Mekong Plus has opted for an integrated development programme, run entirely by local professionals: social workers, agronomists, paramedics and paraveterinarians, and all are fully familiar with the region, and each in his or her field works closely with families in difficulty.
Sustainable development also has a lot to do with human development. It means investing in people and not in bricks or equipment. Even if Mekong Plus had to leave the area, these people would stay because they've learned a new trade.
What's important for Mekong Plus is that the poor are helping themselves. Everything is aimed at enabling them to undertake their own projects, including by providing microcredits. This lady, for example, came out of extreme poverty with a 30 euro loan, with which she started her little pig breeding business.
We prefer microcredits to outright grants for several reasons. First, people's dignity is preserved. They're much more responsible. You can see here on the wall the calendar with all her investments. She's very proud of her progress. She said, "I borrowed, but I repaid the loan. This really is the fruit of my labor." She's getting to the point where we'll stop helping her with microcredits. We'll continue to assist with technical support, vaccinations and so on. But we consider her no longer to be among the very poorest families.
Today, Mekong Plus manages over 3,500 microcredits in South Vietnam. Many use them to exploit small plots of land. Local partners of the NGO have developed training based on problems facing farmers and breeders. Periodically, competitions are organised in villages to assess their knowledge. 90% of people here are farmers or herders. Many of these peasants have long since left school, and if they are to learn, we must adapt the training. They learn nothing from theory and books. There's a lack of knowledge and mastery of techniques. Crops are often devastated by disease because the farmers didn't take the minimum precautions. Even though Mekong Plus has specialised in training for adults, primary and secondary education are also a priority. In Vietnam, countless families still lack the means to send their children to school.
Children who don't finish high school have almost no chance of escaping poverty. Only when you have a high school diploma can you find a job in a factory, a better paying job that's more rewarding. Again, we try to reduce poverty. We must try not to lose another generation and ensure that these children go as far as possible.
To provide scholarships to the needy, Mekong Plus has established a solidarity network.
We give scholarships only to those who are mobilized. So we said to each municipality, take part in the solidarity race. Every year in September we hold the solidarity race. Last year, 70,000 people ran or walked a few miles, and on arrival they got a small coin.
In parallel with educational aid, Mekong Plus has developed an awareness and health education programme that moves around the villages. Today, Linh is speaking to women about fever and poor nutrition. The nurses talk to women because they're the ones who care for the family. And also during the monsoon season, they often suffer from gynecological diseases because they can sometimes spend the whole day in the rice fields in water that's not clean. Mekong Plus is founded on the premise of solidarity. The NGO supports local businesses that can generate jobs and profits that can help fund other projects. As here in this factory, where incense sticks are made for a French company, Terre d'Oc.
When Terre d'Oc said we're looking for a supplier, we knew there were artisans here who were in need of orders and who were only producing goods 1 week in 3. And so we said to Terre d'Oc, we can meet this challenge and we'll train craftsmen in quality criteria. The profits are managed by our local partner in the district, which uses them for scholarships, microcredits and agricultural training.
Another important project is the Quilts project. 200 well-trained women working full-time in 7 workshops in the South Vietnamese countryside.
Sewing a quilt for a double bed takes more or less a month, which means a woman and her family will live much better for a month. Some can earn more than €100 a month, which is a very good income when you consider that these very poor women don't generally earn more than €40 as a farmhand. And as the job is seasonal, some months they have no work.
The work of the quilters and the other crafts are sold in a shop opened by Mekong Plus in the capital. Today, the NGO self-finances about 20% of its work.
The true beauty of this program is that we produce high-quality products, and it creates jobs and makes profits. So in our stores, if, for example, you sell a quilt for €150, €50 goes back to the village to fund scholarships, microcredits, training and so on. And this is not just for quilters, this is for the whole community.
C'est pour toute la communauté.
This is how the dynamism of the Vietnamese project has spread in our country, and the fundraising initiatives have multiplied. For its part, with its experience in Vietnam, which is now benefiting 170,000 people, Mekong Plus has embarked on a parallel adventure in Cambodia, a challenge of another magnitude, as the poverty there is even more severe. But again, the goal is identical, that people can say when they look back at their success, we did it all ourselves.